So I'm Nelly Benayoun. I'm a designer, and what I do is basically I design experiences. So it's basically for me, design is like a theater, it's like commedia dell'arte, basically. You've got the scene, you've got the setup, you've got the character, and then you've got a big drama, a big narrative in the middle, and that creates the whole interaction between everything. So I often work with scientists, and they basically make the whole experience tangible. So here is in front of CERN, which is this big experiment in Geneva. And what I do is basically I sit down with them, and I chat with them, and we basically try to find common ground to build up experiences for you to do at home. So it's all about bringing back small science at home. So in that case here, I basically generate dark energy. So I don't know if you know what is dark energy. It's a complete unknown. So it's basically generating the unknown in your kitchen sink with a microwave gun and pigeon's eggs. And I know it sounds crazy, but it's actually all real. It's all, it's not a joke. But anyway, so in this project, I think as well that design must be engaged. So this project is called Airspace Activism. And it's about you saying, right, so I own my building, but I also own all the piece of air which is on the top of my building. And this project, I did it with a sociologist, and we basically hack military aircraft radar. So for something like 3 minutes, I had no plane whatsoever on the top of my building. And yeah, and so I could basically say, this is my piece of air, you're not allowed to go on the top of it. So have you ever seen that? It's actually a real experiment. It's something which is in Japan. It's called Super Kamiyo Kende, and it's a neutrino observatory. So neutrino are particles, basically. So when I seen this picture for the first time, I thought, oh my God, I so much wish I could have a swim in there. So the whole experience is about giving you the chance to actually swim in that big thing in Japan. So you can see this is another view of the experiment. So it's all underground. And what happens is a particle go inside, meet another particle, and create a huge explosion, which is called a sonic boom. So I'm going, yeah. We should have got a film there. I don't know why it disappeared. But yeah, so that is basically the installation I did. So you go in a boat, you meet with a physicist from the actual experiment. And he explains you everything about the mystery of the universe, neutrino, and so on. And then in the middle of that, you've got massive sonic boom happening. I'll let you watch. So did you feel the out-of-body experience? So I also did another project which is called The Physics of the Impossible. And it's about you really want to be an astronaut, but like all of us, there is only 200 astronauts in the world. So, what can you do to actually feel the thrill of the liftoff yourself? So for this project, I collaborate with an astronaut called Jean-Pierre Aigneret, who lifted off from the Soyuz rocket, and we did this chair called the Soyuz chair. So you can see here, it's some people experiencing it. So what happened there is they have sort of a kick in their bum, basically. But I can't tell you the whole secret of the technology into it. But basically, it has been a year of work to actually come up with something which is really, really close to the actual liftoff. And you've got people who cry, you've got people who vomit, you've got like the whole...
It is very terrifying. It's like the plane's falling off and I gonna die whatsoever. I thought it's exciting to go to the moon, but it's really scary.
So I think that's another thing as well. It's like I always perform in the things I'm doing, so I can have straight feedback from the audiences, and then I can, try to make the experience maybe more real, adapt it to what people told me, basically. So it's all like, it's still going on. So a bit more detail into that chair. So as I told you, it has been done with the astronaut Jean-Pierre. So it's all about detail. So you can see this chair is not straight. It's got an angle of 20 degrees, the same than in the Soyuz cockpit. It also comes with a control panel on the back, where you can put, your vacuum cleaner, your laptop, everything you want to bring with yourself in the moon. So what you do, you basically sit down, switch on the key, and then you're off for stage 1, 2, and 3. So here we should hear stage 1. That's stage 2. Ooh. So stage 2 is actually, and that's the stage 3. So what interests me is to think about this person who is using it at home. Like imagine it every Friday, for example, I'm just going to go for the stage 3 of the Soyuz rocket, which is the last one before weightlessness. And what do you do with your neighbor, for example? Like how do you hide this weird practice to your neighbor? So this is one of my last projects now. It's called the Other Volcano. And as you probably, get it, it's actually a real volcano inside my living room. And it's the Mount St. Helens. So the Mount St. Helens is, a huge volcano in America. And it's basically 1,000 times scaled down. And my question there is to say, well, what is the future of entertainment? How much far are we going to go in entertainment? Are we going to use nature for these specific purposes? And I think this is what design is all about for me, actually. It's all about debate. It's all about questions. It's all about, engaging all of you into, fantasy and in your dreams and make it happen, basically. So yes, I really want to say thank you to Anat, Saffron for inviting me here, to Tel Aviv, Port, to Fada. Thank you to all of you. Thanks.